Everyone's obsessed with blood magic, blood sorcery, the profane. Blood sorcery is not something that is gained in power lightly and easily. It is something that costs very much. And there's only a certain amount of life force, of prana, of energy that one has at his or her disposal in a lifetime. And blood sorcery demands it. You spill out your blood. You spill out a part of your spirit that only has a certain amount of time on this earth. I know some about blood magic and blood sorcery. I can't say that I'm an adept. I wouldn't even say that I'm skilled on any level. But I have practiced it. I've created sigils to use for blood magic. I've drawn sigils in my own blood. I've made paintings in my own blood. I've cut myself in specific areas to produce the blood necessary from those specific areas to cast a certain spell or to gain a certain material gain or a more non-corporeal gain. Something that I could only judge for myself, whether it be strength, confidence, love, romance, these kinds of things. And my success has only been limited because I refuse to go all the way. People who choose to go all the way, they give up everything to become a blood sorcerer, a blood magician, however you want to say it. People who give up everything, they can gain the height of power in these ways. But this power does not translate to the astral realm. The power of blood sorcery, the power of blood magic, these do not transfer to the astral realm beyond that which you do in service to spirits, demons, beings who have grounding in the astral realm, but require sacrifice from this realm. That's what translates. The efforts you make here will gain materialistic objects, materialistic desires, materialistic states of being, but they won't transfer to the next realm. Whether it be the hells you desire to go to, and the hells, they're very different based on dimension, based on even that which rotates around them. The realms of Mea Jizra circle the hells, and the hells are more stationary. But I'm getting off topic. Then those exist in the astral realm, but the astral realm is far greater and bigger than that. The good side of the astral realm, the angelic side of the astral realm, the light side of the astral realm, is much more vast and free, kind of like space is around the planets. But getting off topic, I've practiced these things. I've spilled quite a lot of my own blood. Through razors, through piercing, and through bleeding in general, in many different ways. And there is a feeling of power in it. Don't get me wrong, there is a feeling of power. There is an experience of power, and there is an experience of transcendental energy, like you're outside of yourself, depending on how you do it. And I'm not going to give methods here, but everyone wants to gain that feeling of transcending the body, of controlling pain, of controlling life force, and controlling oneself to the extent that one is above the body through these things. But it never works out quite that way. You always have to sacrifice more than you imagined you would have to sacrifice. You always have to sacrifice more than it says in the books. It's never like it says in the texts, because the text can only prescribe and explain so much, because the things that they prescribe for you to do in order to gain this or that are very basic instructions overall. Very, very basic. You have to delve into it yourself in order to understand most of the texts. Blood Sorcery Bible by Sorceress Cagliostro is probably one of the best blood sorcery books. It's very specific. It tells you how much blood you need from what area and how to do it and what you need to combine it with, what sigils you can draw with it, how to use magnets to influence the iron in your blood. She's very good at that. And I sure as hell wouldn't mess with her. I would not go after her in any way, shape, or form. But that's one author that, if you really want to delve into this, that's one of the authors that you should read. But as far as I'm concerned, I will kind of stick to the magical practices that I do in Vodao and the magical practices I do with my own willpower and creative energy. My own prana and life force, whatever you want to call it, in ways that don't involve my blood for the most part. I still will do some things with my own blood, but they'll be very limited. I've created a couple runic paintings with my own blood that I'll go ahead and show you that I did recently. But it's for self-empowerment. Not so much long-lasting, but an interesting use of my creative force. And then that's why I did it, to instill these runes within myself through using my own blood. And these paintings, their influence won't last forever, but here they are. And these paintings are of 2 different runes, and I kind of extrapolated the designs, of course, based on what they represent and what they mean to me. But one rune is Ansus and one rune is Tewas. But things that I do like that are very limited. Most blood magic, blood sorcery, whatever you want to call it, is very limited. A certain time frame where it's effective, or a certain aspect it instills in you is very limited. There's boundaries, and I understand that now. And I'm not willing to take it to the extreme as some people might be. But if you are, just be prepared to feel your spirit and your life force drain out of you, because that's what is filling the blood. As the blood that you use fills a basin, fills a cup, however much you use, a vial, your very life force, it'll feel like it's draining out, and it is, to a greater extent than you can imagine. And I wouldn't recommend it. But that kind of magic, that kind of sorcery is out there if you want to try it. And good luck to you, my friends. That's all I got to say.